The Book of Swiss.
Okay. Greetings and salutations from the Book of Swiss podcast, where we share stories about people and their passions, all with the hope to inspire you. Today we are blessed to have the amazing Mary. She is the one she's the face behind Sunkist Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you guys make sure you go check it out. I'm going to leave it all in the description. But yes, basically she's a
Disciplinary.
Multidisciplinary. Yeah, hey, that's a big word.
You're good.
Anyways, yeah, but she's basically an artist and a creative director. So thank you for finally coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You know, I remember when I first met you, you were very articulate, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's someone that you look like you know what you want, and you're very articulate. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're very. I think you'll be able to inspire people.
I appreciate that. I could tell that about you as well from our brief conversations. Yeah.
We actually met at a modeling
We
show.
did.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
So
that was
fun times.
fun.
I know.
Definitely fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was gonna hop straight into it, right? And I want you to tell us what does it mean to be an artist or even a creative director to you, and is that your passion?
Yeah. So for me, being an artist it's a way of life, to be honest. It's like a lifestyle. It's a way of seeing the world. Because anything really could be art. Creative directing to me is storytelling. So I think storytelling is really important because that's how we communicate all the time. We're always pitching something. We're always telling people a story. We're always marketing. And it definitely is my passion. I want to say it's my being. I feel as though I am art and I am,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how do you come to this
Realization.
realization?
That's a very good question. I think with my art, the way I project my art and the way I express myself, it's hard to see where the art stops and where I begin. And when I say that, I mean from how I dress, from how I speak, how I express myself, how I relate with the world. Everything for me is looked through the artistic lens. So the way I'm dressed today, I was feeling, I guess you would say, mysterious and
Don't you see it?
Yeah, like spicy. But so for me, that is art, just like presenting in the world in a way where you're being expressive.
Okay. There's one thing that I've really noticed with most people. When they're choosing what they want to do with their life, the main goal is money.
Mm-hmm.
So, what made you pick the route of picking your passion first and money second?
Who said I picked money second? But that's a good question. Because to me, I don't know if you've ever heard this saying. It's not obviously depression is a thing for sure, but it was basically you're not depressed all the time. More so, you are suppressed. Right, so it's being able to express yourself creatively or just express yourself in general, I feel is lacking for a lot of people. And relating it to your question, for me, expression was more important because you can have all the money in the world, and there are people who do have all the money in the world, and they're still sad, you know what I mean? So being able to express yourself in a way where it feels authentic to you, you're not hiding, you're just who you are, you know what I mean? Like people see you and they're already, oh, I can tell, So for me, that's important.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's very interesting. I feel like a lot of people, right? Their view of the world and what actually happens is very flawed. People just think, it's just society. In fact, humans have a very they think they're we're superior, right? Yes, we have the mental capabilities, but at the end of the day, right, we're still animals that need to do certain basic things, right, to survive. And because of that, we lose sight that, okay, at the end of the day, we're going to live, we're going to die. So within that process, you need to find something that at least might fulfill you. Because yes, the number one thing is to survive, but would you want to survive doing something that makes you happy and unhappy for the rest of your life? And I guess something that a lot of people usually find themselves in, especially when they get, that midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really take the time to sit down and think, okay, what am I actually doing? Like, you need to ask those questions. What do I want for my life? What is it that would make me happy? All of those different things, right?
Well, you know what? With that, some people unfortunately don't have the opportunity to even.
That is true.
You know what I mean? Because they have responsibility. They either have kids or they are married, which that doesn't take away from creativity, but your priority changes, right? So the things that are important to you changes, and there's a lot of people who, when they were kids, they thought, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but then life got really serious. Like, have you seen the state of the world? You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to pick what's most important to you, and survival is...
Yeah, survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very sad. The one thing I recently heard a story about someone who was involved in an accident, sadly, but it was not even their fault. They were just in the area, and they happened to get they got injured, and it really affected their whole trajectory. So you are right. Like some of these things, like it's not even something that you have, like you're not in control of it.
Over it. Like so someone else's action has just affected your entire life.
That is true.
Yeah. So, and that's why when you do have the opportunity and you do have the privilege to do that, you definitely should. You know
definitely, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so I think the one thing that most people struggle with, and the one thing that they fear the most is the financial aspect, right? So you as a young lady, how have you tried to balance that?
So for me, having a 9 to 5 is still right now still essential. Just because we live in Vancouver.
It's very expensive. Oh my god.
Real estate, yeah, no. So to be able to have that stable source of income to fuel my dreams. So for me, my actual stable source of income is kind of that's my side job. You know what I mean? My actual job is the creative part, my creative processes and all of that.
So. The last guest that I had, shout out Richard. He literally, yeah. So basically, right. You said that the problem with a lot of us is that we count all of these things as our side hustles. That should be our main hustle,
right?
And as you said, the job should be the supplementary. It's supplementing whatever what you're lacking in order to pursue your dream.
Exactly, because I feel if I'm thinking about it that way, then whatever I'm doing, it's funny because when this goes out, if someone's trying to employ me, I'm like, it's not. Are you sure you're gonna be here? But no, when I'm doing what I'm doing for survival, I'm thinking, okay, at the end of the day, it's going to be put towards something that really fuels me, something that brings me joy, brings me purpose and meaning. So.
Okay, so obviously you said you do have your side hustle. Your side hustle, yeah, we're gonna use side hustle from now on. But is there a way that you've tried to turn your passion into a career?
Oh yeah, for sure. I believe right now I am amidst turning my passion into a career. I work with different people. I have clients for my art itself. I do commissions. I'm also looking to collaborate more. I'm getting more into the fashion scene in Vancouver as well. I have a show tomorrow, even though it's probably gonna air later, but I have a show tomorrow and I'm really excited. That's my first fashion show. So it's just getting into the landscape, the creative landscape of the city is something that I'm really excited about, and more opportunities keep coming from it. So I'm putting myself out there.
Yeah. So I want to go back, to you, and just want to talk about what exactly you do. So tell us about your art and your creative direction. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. So it's so funny because when I'm explaining my art, there's so much under that umbrella. I am a digital artist. I also paint on canvases as well. That's acrylic on canvases. I pretty much paint on everything and anything that can be painted on. That includes murals, that includes clothes, that includes shoes. And I'm starting to explore other forms of art as well, fashion is another form of art as well, and maybe singing and other things that's not necessarily publicized yet, but just the different aspects of the creative process as a whole. But I think my main thing right now is visual arts, and I'm having fun with it. For me, the the two ways I can do it is one, the painting itself, and then the fashion, because the fashion, you're actually bringing things to life. There's texture, there's just so many aspects of it. But yeah, that's me. But like, there's still so much more layers to that.
I like how it's not just one thing.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like a lot of people believe that passion means just doing one thing, but
Mhm.
like you can do 5 things, you know, even two. Two is fine. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Yeah.
But like, you know, as long as you enjoy it and it makes you happy,
Mhm.
and you know, it obviously needs to be realistic. You can't have a passion for crime. You know, that's
Yeah, yeah, no. Ethical. It needs to be ethical.
Exactly. So you know, like that's something that's like really. I'm happy that you said that, because that's one thing people need to really understand. You know, you don't need to stick to one thing. You know, you can start this one day. Maybe you're tired of it. You can move on to something else. But like, still you've done this, and like you can go back to it. You know, with the ability to do that.
Yeah, and I feel like the landscape we're in right now, the zeitgeist of the environment we're in right now
What did
is
you say?
zeitgeist.
Wow, I've never heard that one. Okay, but
It's like the spirit of like the culture we're in right now. So I feel as though being a multidisciplinary multidisciplinary artist is very widely accepted right now, because there's so many of us, you know what I mean? There's so many people who have different interests, because before it used to be you did this one thing and people only knew you for this one thing, but like, we're multi-dimensional beings, like as a human being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many layers to us. We have our spirit, our soul, we have our physical being, so it's like it's only natural that it's reflected in the way we express ourselves.
So how do you like find inspiration to do all of these different things?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, inspiration. That's a good question. I think from just talking to people, my own experiences, living other people's experiences, you know, just like life in general. You know, that's why I feel like everything is so. It's hard to see where one thing ends and when another thing begins, because inspiration is literally everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all around. Even conversations, like some of the conversations that like we had, like even the first time, the first day. So I'm constantly getting.
That's true.
Inspired.
That's literally what made me start this, because I was having conversations with people. I was like, yo, damn, this is actually helped me. Like, I swear this could help someone else, and that's how I got the idea. You know, like, but I just had to follow through. You know.
Exactly, and what you're doing is going to inspire someone else, because now they're looking at it like, oh, there's these many people in Vancouver that are hustling and they're doing it. They're actually doing it. You know, so yeah, inspiration is everywhere.
Okay, so I saw something on your Instagram, right? It's part of your inspiration, I guess, weekly inspirations, right? But like you said, Earth is ghetto. Do you really think Earth is ghetto?
Earth is so ghetto, so ghetto.
Why do you say that?
Because man, there's just so much going on. I feel like right now there is this general air of there's a lot going on. If anyone you speak to, they're gonna be like, yeah, man, there's a lot going on. And it's crazy because we're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as human beings, like, I feel as though if we handle things differently, there would be enough resources, there would be enough things, we would like get along well. But it is very ghetto over here.
You know, the sad thing is that everyone they have the ability to make their own decisions, and you know that sadly comes to the fact that people can be selfish, greedy, you know.
Free will.
Yeah, free will.
Yeah.
The word was actually refusing to come into my
No,
head.
seriously. And a lot of times when things don't affect people personally or directly, they're not thinking about the impact. They're not thinking about the laws that's being made, the people that's being affected, like the wars that are going on. They're not thinking about the kids. The kids have nothing to do with this.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like at the core of it, it's a few people who have problems with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now everybody else and their livelihood and their entire generations are being affected. So it's ghetto.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So obviously, because you are a creative, you're very much in the creative space, right? It must be crazy. You must see some crazy things sometimes.
Yeah.
What's like the craziest thing you've like ever experienced or
is
seen?
the craziest thing I've ever seen. I don't know that there's one specific event that I would say has been the craziest thing, because there's like a lot of things that happen. But I would say it's very interesting to observe people's behaviors.
Yeah.
When it comes to what they're trying to get and who they have to either suck up to or do dirty to get what they need to get.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think when you're in spaces and just dealing with humans in general, you really have to keep your eye open. So yeah, I don't know that there's a particular event. I
People are
would say.
scary.
No, very, 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 very. So yeah, just like keep your eye open whenever you're in the creative space, because the thing is, a lot of times, a lot of people are trying to go for similar opportunities, right? And now the way I think about it, you can either collaborate together or you can go head to head and toe to toe. But in reality, if you collaborate together, we're coming up with new amazing things. You know what I mean? And yeah.
There's a book I read. It's called Redefining Politics, right? And it's basically the author's surname is Leftwich. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but basically, right. One of the things that he talks about is how politics is not just like with what we know today, like people that are running the government, right? It's human interactions, you know. And the main definition was conflict and cooperation, you know. And like I feel like we should lean towards the cooperation side more than the conflict side, because I understand, like, you know, sometimes it's inevitable, but like, you know, when we cooperate, especially like African tradition, right, like it's very big on cooperation, and I feel like if we're able to do that, like even just anyone that's not even African, wherever you are from, cooperation is like going to benefit you to achieve your goals and create a better world for everyone around you, including yourself. You know, even like with what you're saying, like let's say both of you want a model, or both of you want to be in an art gallery. You put in your work. You say, okay, we're gonna put this money together. We're gonna both go to this person. We're gonna say I'm gonna have half. And both of you are there, and you both, it's like a win-win situation, rather than or one person is damn you, like I don't care about you, you know.
No, literally, because that way you're pushing this narrative that we're a community to like forward, and then you're influencing other people who are looking up to you, so they can also think, oh, maybe I should call this person over, because mind you, everybody has different perspectives and different things they bring to the table. Something that I may never have even thought about putting together, someone else would be like, you know what, let's try this, and then you create something new.
Yeah.
That's how you have new inventions and new things, you know what I mean? So
that's true.
Yeah, we need more of those. So if you want to collaborate, hit me up.
Yeah. But okay, the one thing that I feel like most young adults face is that constantly we're getting like advice from older people, even our peers, about what to do and what not to do. But specifically from, like, let's say our parents, they're trying to give us their wisdom on what they've experienced and how they think it will affect you. How have you like dealt with people putting you down or like trying to discourage you from doing what you want to do?
I think at its core, it's important to remember that the people who are speaking to you are only speaking to you from their perspective. So they don't know the vision that you have because it was given to you, not them. They don't know the paths that it's going to take. And a lot of times they haven't seen it. You know, they haven't seen it happen up close. Maybe they've heard, oh, this celebrity or this person did something, but they don't know what it's like to go through the processes to be able to get there. So you with the vision, while it can get very discouraging sometimes, you have to really hold yourself and have faith in your journey and just know that, you know what, I understand that you may not see what I'm seeing, but I know what I'm seeing. So I'm going to keep going because I know where I'm headed.
That's real. That's real as well. So, so what do you think what's people's biggest misconception about passion?
I think they think passion needs to be like consuming in a bad way.
What do you mean by that?
I don't want to conflate the word passion and obsession, but like when someone is very passionate about something, they're all in, right? It consumes them in a way. And I feel like when people think something consumes you, it's a bad thing. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Your passion really could just be something that it's impacting you positively, but it's also impacting the people around you positively. So I feel like if someone says, "Oh, you're a very passionate person," they could look at it as like, "Oh, very, bim, very bim," But like that's not a bad thing. We need more passionate people because there's so many issues and so many things that if we had people passionate enough to tackle those things, right now they would be wrapped up. You know what I mean? People are passionate about things, but they might be passionate about things that are not. I mean, everybody has obviously free will to choose whatever they want to be passionate about, but like there's so many things that we need fixing in the world and things that people need to be inspired about. So
the issue that I found is that most people don't know what to be passionate about.
That's true. I've heard that too.
So what would you say
to find out what?
Yeah.
Try everything. Literally.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? Try everything.
And read.
Oh yeah, reading. No, read. Learn. Experience. Do everything. I like to say do everything at least once, because once you do it, if you don't like it, okay, that's not my thing. And then if you try and it's like, oh, there might be a little bit of something here, and then you chase that, and that's how you find out.
For like modeling, right? I don't know. One day I was just chilling in bed and I saw the Louis Vuitton runway. I was like, oh, okay,
nice.
This is fire. Shit, let me try. Luckily, I had a friend, shout out Daniel. But yeah, we both like started going, but like sadly it didn't work out. But then an opportunity just came, and I was like, okay, cool. So that's something that like I just tried. I was like, let me just see where it goes,
And that was the first time. The first day we met was That's so crazy.
And like here we are, you see? If you try, you just find yourself in places where you don't expect to find yourself, and you can take advantage of certain opportunities. You don't even need to. You just be there and experience. Be in the moment.
Literally. And right now, I think with a lot of people, going to work, going home, going to work, going home, it's hard to find time to do other things. But if you're able to, even if it's like on a weekend, just do something you wouldn't usually do. You know what I mean? Just get out of your comfort zone and see where it takes you.
Get out of those four walls,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want you to like try and visualize this, right? But if you're in a room, there's nothing, like you're seeing the same thing, there's nothing that can like really trigger inspire you, or like trigger any brain activity, So you need to go out, see people, talk to people, see different things, and like that'll engage your thinking.
Your nerves, because then your nerves, like once you do something new and different, it starts wiring different as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you're doing the exact same thing all the time, nothing's sparking, and then imagine you live your entire life like that. I don't know about you, but yeah.
Okay, so this is actually imagine it's already
that was so quick.
Yeah, but what advice do you have for people that are aspiring or attempting to chase their passion of being an artist or being a creative director or anything within the whole realm of creativity?
So my advice to someone that wants to start their creative journey would be to meet people. I have done some informational interviews where like similar to this, speaking to other creatives, seeing how their journey is going, because then it might give you an idea of like, do I want to actually go for this, or is it something that I want to try? And then try different things, try different mediums, like we said, like literally just try everything and anything and see what sticks for you. The thing that makes you feel good, the thing that makes you feel amazing, just keep doing that, and you will it kind of like it's a domino effect, you know what I mean? When you start something, the other things will follow, but you might not know what the other things are going to be till you start.
That's true.
So it's like the path will be shown to you once you get started.
What about community? Do you think like community
community. Yeah, community is a big thing. It definitely is a big thing. Like there's no replacing community. So even I would say even in this city I feel there are pockets of community. For example, if you're like into singing, there's like open mic communities and different communities that once you get in the space, there's other people who have similar interests as you and other interests that you may not even know that you would want to get into.
Yeah.
So just like that exposure of like getting yourself out there and like being around other people who like what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
It's been a
me.
blast.
Yeah,
I think it's my favorite conversation so far.
Don't tell the other. Yeah, no, this was fun. This was fun. There's so much to explore, and honestly, if you are wanting to know more about like creative things, you definitely should stick with this page, stick with this channel, and you're just gonna find out more. There's so much to find out because Vancouver, while it seems like a lot of people say there's not much going on, I promise
There's a lot
you,
going on.
there's so much going on.
You just need to find it. That's what I've actually realized. Like
Yeah.
to like when you're not trying to look for something, you won't find it. Like but once you find one door, another door open, you're like, oh, that's what's actually going on. It's crazy. Like it's shocking. It's a city that's very diverse and there's so many opportunities.
There is. So just get out there. You got it.
You don't even need to be in Vancouver. Wherever you are, just adventure. Open, like I said, knock on doors. What does that say in the Bible? Knock and it shall open.
Yeah. Ask and you shall receive. Yeah.
See?
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Exactly. So just be out there, go out, explore, and you make it. You'll find your passion one step at a time. Yeah. Bye bye.